Hey, what's going on, everybody? Long time no here, but we are back. It's me, your girl Ray P, and I'm with my amazing co-host, friend, confidant, road dog, Kyron, aka K Rich, and we're back with our final episode of Rap Shit Season 2 under construction. What's going on, Rich?
Ray P, how you feeling?
I feel good. I feel good. Ready
Hey,
to wrap this year up.
absolutely ready to wrap this year up, ready to wrap this series up. Remember the Kings of Comedy
Of course.
when
It
they
was
had
shot
their
in
little
Charlotte.
shot at Charlotte, shot at Charlotte before Charlotte was popping.
For
Um,
sure.
but there was a moment in one of their segments when they were talking about Steve Harvey, and they was like, when he bring you out, he don't he bring you out. When he bring you out, he bring you out, right? Like just talking about the intro. That's how I just felt right now. Like Ray P out here, just the intro, the lead. You know what I mean? Got me feeling good. But you know what it is, man. It's always a
For
pleasure.
sure.
I find no greater joy than sitting down and talking to you about anything for that matter, but let alone entertainment in regards to film and television. And yeah, holidays kind of got in the way of our structure, but we wanted
Yeah.
to make sure that we dropped this to y'all before 2024.
We couldn't leave
Obviously,
y'all
we're talking
hanging.
couldn't leave y'all hanging. So this is one of those rare record and drops. So literally in real time, as soon as we finish this will be uploaded, and obviously you'll hear it this weekend to bring you into the new year. But I'm excited, Ray. I'm excited to talk about this finale.
I am. I am. And I had to do a rewatch this morning. So I was like, damn, low key. I watched it upon dropping and I hadn't come back to it. And again, the week has gotten away from us. So here we are. I was
Mhm.
like, oh shit.
And you know it's
It's
crazy.
amazing.
Ray P, if we actually came together
Hmm.
instead of focusing on our differences, we see more that we have more in common than we have in uncommon. You know what I mean? Whether it's niggas, females,
For
them
sure.
days, whatever. Everybody, just whatever you.
Okay, Gat.
Gat's ridiculous, yo. Gat is ridiculous. I
That
told
is
you
ridiculous.
they've been doing a great job with those like I guess cold opens. They're not really
Hmm.
cold opens in a sense, yeah.
Yeah,
Right after the preview, so they've been doing a great job with those. Just that's how everybody has that stream of consciousness moment. Those
for sure.
Malcolm X. Let me put on these glasses and act like I really care about what's going on. But before we actually get into the conversation, let me just lead in with a couple of things. As we mentioned, we're talking about season 2, episode 8. This is the finale of season 2 for Rap Shit. Episode titled Under Construction. Directed by Cal Maddock. He directed last week's episode. It was written by Issa Rae. And the show stars Ada Osman, Chameleon, and Jonica Booth as your main stars. Ray P,
Yeah.
we're at the finale.
Hmm.
A lot of stuff going on.
Hmm.
A lot of twists and turns. I want to know your opening thoughts about this episode.
You know, every time I watched this episode, I came away angry at how fucking
Mm,
stupid Mia and Shauna are.
mm,
Um, we'll get into it, but I cannot believe they betrayed Duke like they did. I expected it from Shauna, but for Mia to ride, I'm very disappointed. And I say it, I probably have said it. This is 8 episodes. I've probably said it at least three uh in reference to Quavo or praise this on Peacock.
mm-hmm.
uh when you're desperate, you be on some bullshit. And that's the only thing that I could equate them siding with Francois over Duke is desperation. We've known Shauna to be ridiculous through 2 seasons now. Um, but she cannot get out of her own way. And again, that desperation to succeed, to make up for lost time will have you out here moving absolutely ridiculously. You were right. You called Gat eventually
Mm-hmm.
spinning the Lord AK shit on Shauna, as to which, again, self righteous ass Shauna, yes, get this nigga out the paint. But for real, you didn't have to say shit. Um, you could have just, we know that he's ridiculous. There was a different way to air him out. And again, it's something about that under 30 and going live to air all of your grievances.
Yeah,
That's just not my stilo. Listen to these 90s references.
right. I fuck with it. You know, but that's not my
That's
stilo either.
what I'm going to do, but these young people go live and get on live to do and say everything. Like there is absolutely discretion. What's that? They have no idea of what it is. Um, Maurice,
Real
he went
quick,
away. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, real quick, Rachel. Could you
Yeah.
imagine? Could you imagine logging on to
No,
IG
no.
and then seeing K Rich 513 live and just click on it, and I'm just airing somebody out or airing something out? You would call me ASAP, like, nigga, log off. What are you doing? Like, what is
Please.
wrong? Like,
Please.
you like take that monkey shit off. You embarrassing us.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that is so insane to me. But keep going. The idea of going on live to comment on anything is just nuts to me.
It's in fucking sane. Me at 36, almost 37, get going live anyway. It's not really, am I selling something? Like, what am I doing
Like,
that
what am I
for?
going live about? Why do y'all? Yeah,
But they love it, nonetheless. We see Maurice go away. We see him expect Shawna to show up. Why did he do that? Um, I'm starting to think that Maurice is an idiot. And I
that's fair.
love him. I love him so much. I mean, he ain't stupid because he did tell Stanley that he didn't delete the recordings. So he
Hmm.
still has that bird in the hand. But all of that to say, strong finale. I'm disappointed in everybody.
Yeah, yes. By the time the episode ends, I
Hmm.
am disappointed in everybody.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, everybody that's, for lack of a better term, that who matters. I
Yeah.
am disappointed in how they handle things.
Because I'm even disappointed in Duke, but I get it. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's why I emphasized at the by the end of the episode,
Uh-huh.
because I was down with Duke until the very ending,
Yeah.
and it's in line with hurt people,
For
so
sure.
it makes sense for
For sure.
me. It kind of feeds off what we just talked about, that generational gap of
Hmm.
how we handle situations, how we
Yeah.
handle conversations, because man, taking real issues and flipping them for monetary gain, or flipping them for
Hmm.
clout, or
Hmm.
flipping them for your moment, as Francois told Shauna,
Yeah.
that is just foreign to people who grew up in an era without the internet.
Hmm.
Because when we were doing things, it wasn't for a show, and now
Right.
everybody has main character syndrome. Our
Hmm.
If I choose to make my life a movie, that's what it's gonna be. If
Yeah.
I choose to go live and show you guys what I'm eating for lunch, like, who gives a fuck? But that's something that I have the access to do. I can turn my life into some form of entertainment for you guys.
Hmm.
And there is a very slippery slope when you start having to be a front. Like, you lose track of who you actually are because you're
Hmm.
you're this character now. I'm the
Yeah.
character for IG. That's
Yeah.
not who you were all day, every day. That's not the human side of you.
Hmm.
Um, Exploitation for dollars. What's
Yep.
going on in Scam Town? Like, yo, don't nobody need to know that I'm out here scamming or I got this case over my head. Like, but you
Yo.
think it's hot. You think it's hot because it sells. That's what people want to do. The smash and grab idea. The fact that you want us in jumpsuits, and like, what are we
Hmm.
selling? How are we presenting ourselves? It's a real. I think this is our first time, Rachel, probably of that different generation, to where
Hmm.
we're not the direct audience that people are catering to. We're
Yeah.
still in it, but we're at the tail end of it.
Hmm.
When they do
Hmm.
those surveys and they, 18 to 25, 25 to, hey man, we getting closer to every week. These new tiers are coming up.
Yeah.
Um, so it was really interesting to see how everybody responded, and most importantly, what's your character? Like, where's your cloth? Like, what are
Hmm.
you gonna do when shit get real? Like, are you my
Yeah.
dog? Are you gonna have my back? Because we're not gonna. I don't want to step on the scene yet because we'll get to it. But you have any idea what I sacrificed for y'all?
Come on. Come
And
on.
there's something about getting it with the people that you started with.
That part.
There's no better feeling. I think that's kind of that's part of the journey, and that's what makes it all worthwhile. And to make it personal, I couldn't imagine. Yeah, we got something set up, but Ray P. You want these dollars? Ray P ain't gonna have to be involved. Fuck out my face. Are you crazy? Like, that's my
Period.
dog. Now, are there ways to look at this and take advantage of opportunities? Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to say, you know what, Chastity might not be in the forefront, but she's still going to be a part of this process. All right. You don't
Mm-hmm.
want her as the manager. You don't want to have her so much say, okay, but we can't just turn our back on our dog.
That part.
Um,
That part.
to make it real life, somebody offer a bag, they offer some
Mm-hmm.
bread, like, but you can't work with Ray P. Well, let me holler at Ray P. Ray P, here's what's going on. How about we get this money anyway? I break you off, and we figure out what the next move is. There's always options outside of
That part.
directly saying. But if the final answer is cut this person off or this,
Mm-hmm.
you're not buying my friendship. You're not buying my morals. You're not buying any of that. Like I I've always been the one. I've always been the one to believe if you're interested, then other people are
That other
interested too.
people are interested.
Like you
Right.
gotta trust your talent enough, but it goes back to what you set up perfectly, Ray. That desperation,
Mm-hmm.
my
Mm-hmm.
nigga. Like I can't. We talked about this and we talked about it in Harlem with Quinn's character.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the luxury of having rich parents or whatever the case is to
Yeah.
try this shit out and go from thing to thing. The bounce house, they talking about taking the bounce house down while my baby's in it. I I need that money. You feel me? I need all of this. So if you look at it from the perspective of I'm just trying to objectively look at both sides, I get it. But there's also something to be said. And Mia knows it because she was the one saying, she told Shawna, like, we can't do this without Chastity. Like, she done held us
Exactly.
down.
Exactly.
Um, yeah, man.
The
It's rough.
same Chastity who prevented you from going to jail, Shauna, who walked the country mile, had a near death experience with you, who gave you tips on trying to maneuver Maurice and staying out of jail. That same Chastity?
Mm-hmm. Because this is going from you're our manager to I know things we experienced life together. Like I fuck
Yep.
with you that one
Yep.
way. Like I'm not
Yep.
gonna turn my back. But you know what else, Rachel? That's the type of people we are.
Yeah.
And I think we have to keep that into focus. We're
Mhm.
like that. And I think we're in a very large minority when it comes to it. Because there's also that audience that will say, all right, y'all saying that shit on the pod. Wait till somebody dangle 100,000, 200,000, 500,000 in your face. Let's see it. That shit, that money don't mean nothing. Like, we going to get it.
It'll come. And I think I don't want it to be misconstrued. If somebody offered, let's say, for good earners, shout out to the fellas,
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
that's y'all bag. I would not expect for real, me in school to be. We're not a part of that. We haven't
Mm-hmm.
helped you develop. We didn't watch The Sopranos with you. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
literally were not shooting in the gym with you. Chastity has been making it happen for Shawna and Mia since, if not the inception of their group, at least day two. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? So to cut her
Absolutely.
out, it just such a lack of integrity. You know what I'm saying? Beyond
Yeah.
desperation. And again, we've said it on several episodes. Shauna, yeah, you went to the school. Yeah, you from Miami, but you ain't really from where they from. You ain't really around
You
like
ride the
that.
wave.
So Mia is who I'm really, really, really side eyeing, and she's been questionable throughout season 2, and I think I've said it multiple times, but this took the cake for me more than homie hopping, if you could call it that,
Mm-hmm.
more than spinning Shauna for some dick, more than being funny acting. Like, you did me like that, the
Right.
Duke. The
Right.
Duke, I got my ass beat and my corner taken,
Mm-hmm.
had to take a life fucking
Mm-hmm.
around with y'all. And this how you do me? She came in saying I burned the bridge so that I could make it happen for y'all because that's what you asked.
Mm-hmm.
You asked me to show and prove. You ain't had no faith in me. What was the
Ain't,
point?
ain't listen, Rachel. Nothing worse than doing exactly what somebody asked you to do. Like
Hmm.
you did the task, like you completed the
Yeah,
mission, and they still hit you with the well after second thought. Like, what you mean after second thought?
crazy,
You had no idea
crazy.
what I did to do this, and that's funny. This comes back to the morals and just how you view life and what your principles are.
Hmm.
You just made the reference about what if good earners got that deal, whatever. I always use the reference of um, Rachel, me and you walking down the street, envelope of money on the ground. I see the
Hmm.
money, I pick it up. Oh
Yeah.
shit, there's $2,000 in here.
Okay, we're gonna split it.
You get what I'm saying? But listen, not everybody like that. Some people gonna be on something else. I don't owe you nothing. I found this money,
Yeah.
and it takes
Even
it tells you about the person when
it
they be
does.
like, "Nah, you my dog. Like we just hit a lick together. We hit a lick together."
That's it.
Even
And
if
yeah,
it was
ain't got to split
$20,
it even. Get nigga pay for
even if it was
dinner.
even if it was exactly, even if it was a small percentage,
Hmm.
if it's your dog bet, because you have two ways of looking at it. I can look at it as, all right, yeah, we found 2 grand, 2 grand. I'm 1,000 up now.
Hmm.
That's 1,000 I wasn't expecting. So whether
Yeah.
it's 2 or 1, I'm up. Let me get my
Yeah.
dog some because you was here.
That part.
At the same time, if you didn't want to give me that, that's cool. If you gave
Mhm.
me 500 or whatever the case is,
That
or if you
part.
decided not to give nothing, all right, I peep how you moving. And not saying that you owe anything. It's just more so like this is my dog. Like we eat
Yeah.
together, we go through things together.
Yeah.
And like you said, even if it's hey, like all right, bet we just came up on this. Let's have a nice ass dinner. Let's go to the best steakhouse in the city,
That
and it's
part.
on me. Let's ball out. Like let's do something. It ain't got
That
to be
part.
monetary or tit for
Hmm.
tat. It's just more so something about the struggle. Like things mean more when you go through something to get it, and when you still
Yeah.
have those same people around
Yeah.
that have seen you and are part of that story. It's a beautiful thing because you can look back and say, "Man, I remember when we was really filling out checkers applications,
Bruh.
not knowing how he's gonna get it, and now look at us." Jay-Z, he had an interview where he says it like me and Tata still look around like, "Yo, this is fucking nuts,"
Hmm.
and he's been famous forever.
Yeah.
And you kind of just had like, this is crazy, like, bro, where we came from. So it just says a lot. And like you said, there's no way that I would have expected Mia. And so, listen, Francois, in some capacity, Chastity with us. You can like it or not, or if
That
you
part.
own this shit, then we ain't fucking with you. Like, yeah, the party record dope. We'll make another. We'll make
That
another.
part.
We'll make another one. Like that's the
And
confidence we got.
I'm just getting mad thinking about it if I'm fucking Chastity. Um, I was gonna say Francois, and I've said it, and I've said it, and I've said it. Francois has fucked them over 6 ways from Sunday, every chance he could, and y'all still chose him? Are you fucking crazy?
That's
It
what's.
makes it like it is infuriating. It makes me so upset to even think about. So we'll get into that. I just want to also say that I was right with my prediction about it being Melissa's party.
You absolutely. You absolutely said that.
And I knew that Melissa was right, or not necessarily right, but I knew that she meant it when she said she ain't want Lulu at her party.
Hmm.
And just another element to that, it may be less about Lulu as a person, even though I did get little mini hater vibes. This is also another little girl. I'm an only child, not me, but Melissa. I'm an only
Right.
child. Here is my daddy now showing affection and care for this other little chick. I might feel some kind of way if I'm Melissa. So now you
So
can't come to my party.
that now you saying that makes me want to ask you this. How
Hmm.
much of that, how much of Lamont bringing or inviting Lulu and obviously Tiffany to the party was I'm throwing he put throwing that in Mia's face over the request of my daughter, right? Or do
Okay,
you think or do you think that he's the type of dad to be like, yo, that's your friend, that's not nice, we're gonna invite her anyway?
both.
Okay.
Both of those things. Two things can be true.
100%.
Um, and we don't know. We knew that Melissa told Mia she didn't want Lulu at her party. We don't know that she ever communicated that to Lamont.
Yeah, good point.
So there's that. And then again, I'm assuming those other children, because Mia said that Lulu is Melissa's only friend ish, but clearly it was other kids. That's Nelly and the other one's kids, maybe some
Mm,
neighborhood kids, his second, third. So, nigga, we're gonna invite your actual friends. Stop playing. And I'm with her mom. Yeah, she's coming.
yeah.
Did I love her being there? Did I love Tiffany being there? No, but it's my child. I'm gonna be here. But there is a level of I'm putting my new bitch in your face since you want to act.
Yeah, and I think that, and this is gonna come off as funny, but I'm being dead ass serious. For fellas, all you fellas out there with kids, and you're not with the mother of your children, and you're dating, and obviously you have to share this world. I really suggest you look into Derrick Rose and his whole what he has going on. I know social media is having a nice little field day with it, but this has been going on for a few years now, where he like celebrates Christmas. They do the whole match of pajamas. He got
Mhm.
his wife and his baby mama all under the same house, and they opening gifts together. It's the Rachel with the face. You got me weak. But honestly, there seems to be no. And all right, let me put one crucial element into this story. Um, 99.9% of the people don't have multi-million dollars, where it's a little bit easier to go along with the plan and make sure I'm taken care of when the person is doing it is respectful, but also paying for everything and making sure my lifestyle is funded.
Yeah.
Versus somebody like Lamont that's able to just walk in and try to get me and Tiffany on the same page. So yeah,
So,
let me.
yes, that is great. We can co-parent and have a beautiful relationship. Even take the millions out of it. This only works if don't nobody still want the other parent. If niggas ain't secretly fucking, or I don't want to fuck you, or I hate you, I'm so heartbroken by our breakup and or separation that now I need to punish you.
So all right, so I'm thinking about the photograph, an episode that you and I did on Culture
Mhm.
Garden,
Mhm.
and we talked about just how painful and just almost impossible to picture being with the person you're not supposed to be with that you really want.
Mhm.
I'm thinking of this in the same vein because Lamont got salty about the LA shit. How much of this I say that to say it's not like I don't want to say he's not over Mia, but it wasn't his choice
Mhm.
to not keep something going with Mia,
Mhm.
right? Do you think that there's still something there that he has for Mia, or do you think that ship sailed once the LA thing happened and once he got involved with Tiffany? Do you think there's any kind because Mia mentioned how we were just starting to be friends, like we
Mhm.
worked so well together. Do you think either one of them still has a desire to be with the other romantically, or is that something you think a desire always is there between the
It was
parent?
always there. It was
Mhm.
always there. And then, situations happen. Whatever happened when Nisi, is that the other friend?
Yeah,
Not Dominique Perry. When she was saying, remember how he did you when you was pregnant? Show up, fall off, disappear, come back around. This and the third. We learned that today. In season one, we seen Lamont car get repoed. He lived with, I don't know if it was his mother or his granny.
his
Um,
grandmother. Yeah,
his grandmother's house. Okay, you living with your granny. All you do is smoke weed and make beats. Okay, so maybe not foundational, but we cool. You have money, but you don't have money. Like it's sporadic. It's not a consistent flow of cash because we don't know if he works other than just making beats. mind you, season 1, Mia had 3 jobs.
Right. Right.
So they weren't getting along. She was dogging him season 1. And then when he gave her that bread that he got from that one drop, we see them start to be cool. We see, he freaked the beats for the 2 songs, Seduce and Scheme, and then the other one. But he admitted that part of him trying to get back with Mia was in part due to her now being in the music. That's part of it,
Okay.
Mia also probably still had a candle for this nigga. Like, yeah, you've disappointed me, you've pissed me off, but I think unless 2 people are totally, totally, totally separated, moved on completely, not even jokingly flirting or this and the third or making little commentary, that's the only way that that 2 people are completely over it. But so unless it's like that, it's always going to be like a little inkling, something, something. I might say a
See,
little something. I
I
might
don't,
rub your
I
hand a
don't,
little bit. I might do a little
I
something.
don't,
The door is cracked. It ain't
I
open
don't
and
know,
it ain't
Ray.
closed, but the
I
door
don't
is
know,
cracked.
Ray.
It
I
was
don't know,
open
Ray.
enough to still fuck. Mind you, remember, he was trying to fuck with her for real, and she was considering it. The only
Yeah.
reason she changed her mind is because she met Cash Chaser the GOAT, who put them 30 bands in their pocket off rip. Nigga, what? Get back with my broke baby daddy? Absolutely not. Let me see what this nigga with money is talking about. He'll always be here. That's my baby daddy.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. I'm going back to what you just said in regards to until you get to the point where you can kind of let all that go and you can kind of maybe make a joke here and there. That reminds me of Tiffany and Derek's baby shower. And you get Lawrence and Issa get to that point, but we see how that ends up. I
Come
think that
on.
what's that? Even if you get to that point where you think it's cool, the opportunity for it to be more is always there because of the history. It's got to take some real. You have to physically and emotionally be tired of a person and their antics until
That's
you're able to
it.
move on.
That's it. And again, they didn't break up because they was tired of each other. Tiffany and Derek shower. This is them reconnecting after they shared the most beautiful time together, reconnecting because the love was still there. Yes, we've done and said some shit to each other. We've hurt each other. We had this beautiful moment that we shared, and now you got
We
this
ain't
fucking
seen
bitch
each other.
pregnant. Are you fucking kidding?
Yeah, yeah, that's a good point.
That's
No,
it.
that's a good point. That's a good point. It's. I would not be surprised if there is a moment in season 3
Mm-hmm.
where Tiffany and Lamont have to have a conversation. Do you still love her type of conversation?
I mean, they had it. What, episode 4 or 5?
Nah, that was the fake one. That was everything still new. This is fresh. I'm still salty. I'm still salty that she played me out in LA like that. Like
Yeah.
I'm because everybody's had that moment where you convince yourself
Mm-hmm.
that you're done with this person.
For sure.
And listen, I'm speaking from experience
For sure.
because as Rachel knows, my entire 20s was back and forth with somebody. I'm not
Lord.
talking from 20 to 22. I'm talking about from 20 to 29, my nigga. Like
Yeah.
it happens like that where you get to
Yeah.
your sports where you trick yourself mentally. I'm over
Mm-hmm.
this, man. This is a new person. Oh, I really like them. Let's try
Mm-hmm.
to pour into it. But as soon as that old thing pop up, you realize like, oh man, this new person just ain't got it like this.
Bruh.
This is just so comfortable and it's so cool. This is so familiar. And I realize now that this new thing I'll never get to this point with this person. So
Yeah.
let me put this new thing away. And then you go through
Yeah.
your next little 3 to 6 month cycle. And then you
Yeah.
try to trick yourself again. And it's back and forth, back and forth. And until one day you get to that point where you're like, you know what? I ain't got it in me no more. Like
Yeah. For sure.
it takes it sometimes it takes years, sometimes it takes months, sometimes
For
it takes a
sure.
lifetime. It just never happens. But it's real
I'm
life. And I thought that was very interesting. So
yeah.
I don't know. I don't see the path to them getting together anytime soon, but the Lamont Mia story is not over.
It's not over. It's not over. Um, Too much passion in them fighting because of the Courtney shit.
Yeah,
It's not over. They might be cool. He might actually really like Lulu. I mean Tiffany, as to which I think that he does like her.
I think
Now,
he does.
I think it's exacerbated by all of the shit that happened with he and Mia, but I think that he does genuinely like her. And she's different. I think that Tiffany is who he wants to be, who he sees himself like. The person that he is with her is who he sees himself as.
It's
And again, it's not the first time in episode 8 where he said all this ghetto shit in reference to Mia. Mia is ghetto. She a
ghetto as hell.
bird.
Ghetto as hell. She's
And
100% a bird.
Lamont ghetto too, you know, but he
Hmm.
doesn't want that. Yeah, I want to make these rap beats and this and the third, but I don't want a ghetto life. You know, I don't
Yeah, you
want
made the
the stereotypically ghetto life.
you made the great point of saying that it's all exacerbated by what's going on, because it reminded me of when we did Liar Liar. I know this is another reference.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been podding all day, y'all, so all these references are coming up. But when we did Liar Liar, there's that moment where she's dating, but it's not what I'm talking about. Fletcher's Jim
Mm-hmm.
Carrey's ex-wife.
Mm-hmm.
She's dating, but she tells him it's not nothing serious. But once he proposes, she ain't really with it. And then Fletcher does some fuck shit and misses an appointment with their son. And now she's like, you know what? Like, I'm with it. And he was on
Yeah,
the phone with her, like, I thought you said it wasn't serious. And she just said
it
it
was.
just took a violent shove into serious. Like, your
Mm-hmm.
actions have now forced me to
Yeah,
consider this because I'm not putting up with your shit no more.
yeah,
Like, I've reached my line. And that's a dangerous place to be in
it
when
is.
you're finding air quotes love based on
Mhm.
the actions of the person you want to be with not getting it right.
Tiffany is gonna get hurt in this.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's just call that. Tiffany is gonna be hurt in all of this. And shout out and my condolences. I'm so sorry. I apologize to anybody who got caught up in the melee of me and the thorn in between my side, because like Tiffany, y'all didn't deserve y'all
Hey,
did not
listen.
deserve that. But to your point, it's just like a light switch. And you know, because I just went through this very thing a few months ago, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
this nigga, not funny enough. Yeah, I don't like the amount of time you spend with your child. Yeah, done with it. It's a wrap.
Right. It's easy. Everything fresh one. It's cool when it's new.
It's cool when it's
Or this might be maybe Tiffany recognizes it and she brings up the conversation.
mm-hmm.
I don't know. Um, Either way, it's not over between them. I just thought that's a very interesting aspect.
Yeah.
You know, as we're speaking of Mia,
Mm-hmm.
two things that I want to ask you real quick. I thought of you when she had to ask Lamont
For
to
the
help
money.
out with that. Yeah.
Mhm.
Now,
He should.
for everybody out there listening, Ray P handles her business, right? I
Mm-hmm.
don't see Ray P ever in a situation where, if she ain't got it, she ain't gonna order the shit. Let's put it like that. I don't think there's gonna be any. There's not gonna be a surprise on site where money is due.
Correct.
Like I don't have it, but I spent it
Yeah.
and I secured the delivery. Versus,
Yeah.
oh, I'm gonna ask out here. I just want to put that out there for the disclaimer.
For
But
sure.
her face when she realized that she had to ask Lamont for help, that pride.
Mm-hmm.
I just thought of you ASAP. I'm like, oh, right, people probably hate this shit. Like, oh, I can't believe I gotta ask this nigga to come over here. I ain't got no money. Can you come pay for this?
I don't. That's not a pride thing for me because what you pay for, all you did was come.
Mm, I ain't think about it from that. See,
Motherfucker, I have to pay
this
for
is your
this
duty.
whole thing.
That's a good point. This is your
No,
duty.
you
Like,
you and this
actually.
bitch making cake pops, nigga. Pay for this bouncy house. Are you crazy? You buying vegan flour? No. Shit.
Oh,
I ain't worked
and
and
then
I ain't get paid for this tour. Nigga, I ain't got no fucking
and,
money.
And then the other thing was, do you think that that was intention? Mia put Melissa in the middle of the drama, um, going from Mom, I thought I told you I didn't want Lulu here. I know. Go ask your daddy why she here. Say it
Yeah,
loud too. You know,
yeah.
Shauna kind of looking like you about to really have her go over there, and the whole dance battle. Like, yeah, get her, show her. I get there. 100% full disclosure. I don't have children, so there's a different type of like I'm sure pride that you have when your kid is out there doing something or performing or competing. Like you want
Mhm.
them to be successful. There's just that little extra edge. Um,
For
you
sure.
know, when you see a parent like, yo, calm down a little bit. Like this is a party.
Yeah.
Like you ain't this nigga ain't nobody ain't no dancing with the stars here or nothing. Like let them kids be kids. To the
Mhm.
point where Lulu gets hit in the face and all that. And um, do you think Mia intentionally pushed that narrative, or did it just kind of come out? Was there anything subconsciously there with that?
Oh no, Mia was definitely being extra. She was 1000% being extra. And she didn't intend, obviously, for Melissa to accidentally hit Lulu because it was an accident. But she egged it on. And Melissa probably did went a little harder because your mom is being your hype man. And you know I don't even like this girl. So she was being extra because I don't think she would be as enthusiastic. Yes, I'm your hype man, but if it was one of the other kids, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been all that.
Yeah. And Lamont was
So
right
I've
to put her out on it.
right for real.
Mhm.
So you know, we obviously have to talk about Shauna and Maurice. We have to talk about Duke and the deal and what she's been doing. But there's
Mm,
a small, very small moment. It's almost like they planted a seed in
okay.
this episode that I wanted to ask you about. And I think this is. I want to see if you took this as foreshadowing.
Mhm.
There's a moment when Shauna and Mia are having a conversation towards the beginning of the episode,
Mhm.
and Shauna's telling Mia, excuse me, Mia's telling Shauna that everybody's talking about this, you know, the whole Lord AK thing. They want Courtney to talk about it and release his album, and they talk
Mhm.
about making our song the single. And there's
Mhm.
a moment
And
where
Shauna is
Shauna's
Saudi.
like, salty as hell.
Mhm.
And Mia, I think, picked up on it and they doubled down. Like, you know, I told you should have come. Like it was gonna be dope. Shauna, I didn't know Shauna was that much of a hater.
How did it you?
I knew she had her ways, and I knew that especially when they fell out. Okay, at the end of season one, going into season two, Mia has opened up her door, literally, and her space for you. When you get back from tour and you find out your room's rented, like I have nowhere to go. I'm not welcome at my family's house. That's been made very clear to me. You see the bullshit I'm dealing with, but you still my dog. Like if you, I'm not about to have you out here on the streets. You know, at that time she wasn't cool with Maurice, so
Mhm.
yeah, if you need somewhere to stay, I got you. I, there are certain moments like that when people do things for you, and are very selfless, and they reach a new territory of relationship with you. Like, oh
Mhm.
man, this my motherfucking dog.
Yeah.
Like, I want them to win more than I want to win myself. I'm just surprised that she doesn't have Mia in that category yet, to where I don't know. Maybe it's a mindset thing. I strongly believe, and I thought Shauna was one of them people that felt that she was that believed in her talent strong enough to know I'm gonna get mine anyway. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have my moment, and when I get that moment, I'm gonna kill it. Like she
Why
was salty, like
why
really
do you
upset.
have so much faith in Shauna?
I don't
We've
know.
known Shauna's been a hater since season one. Shauna is the rapper. You mean you're gonna have a hit rap single and clout and celebrity from rap before me, the actual rapper? Are you crazy? I was not surprised at all by Shauna being salty. Another
Mm,
thing, not to move. Consider the conversation between Shauna and Maurice in the bed, and they're talking about leveraging the two deals. And Shauna says, I just have to convince Mia that this is what's best for her, or this is the best option. And Maurice says, better for her, better for y'all, or better for you. And she said, what's the difference? Now, and we also see Maurice's light bulb go off, because ain't that what she just did to you last night in the park about getting you to take this deal? Shawna is a fucking menace. We knew Shawna was a hater. You hate Rain. That shit is silly. Yes, but
But that made sense to me.
it did. But also, you hating a little bit, because some of that, while justifiable, is why not me? Why is this popping and not me and my masks and hoodies in 117-degree weather? Why does this gimmick work and not mine, even though it's supposed to be above, higher, upper echelon gimmick, but a gimmick nonetheless?
And this is why I love talking to you, Rachel, because you remind me that there's more angles out there than, there's more perspectives than my own.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm looking at this from I me and Sean are creators. In a sense, what we do is we're creators.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been blessed enough to have people like you, people like school, who I've known way before.
Yeah.
Not just known, because Shawna and Mia knew each other, but I'm talking about having real strong relationships with, like, regardless of any of this, we're gonna be tight, regardless. And I think I'm only looking at it from that perspective, versus like they're thrown together. This happened by chance. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
figuring it out on the fly. When Andre 3000, who recently released that Flute album, he had went on his press tour with like GQ and stuff, and he made that comment about Big Boy. Like, me and Big Boy always gonna be good. We're real
Yeah.
friends. Like, of
Mm-hmm.
course, Big Boy wants to put out another Outkast album. I'm in a space where I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
Big Boy ain't out here dogging my name or speaking crazy about me, because we friends first. This came
Yeah.
way before Outkast. We was tight. And I'm looking at it from that perspective, versus what would this be like if I was just thrown in the fire with some niggas, um, on some, I don't really fuck with them like that.
Yeah.
But I don't think I could work with somebody on that level if I didn't fuck with them like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's a unique perspective. That's a very good point that I didn't look at, Rachel. So shout out to you
You're
for
welcome.
that. Oh man, damn it, Shauna.
Damn
We
it.
were rooting
Damn
for
it.
you.
Damn
We
it.
were all rooting for you.
I have never yelled at a girl like this in my life.
Yeah, man.
I
Damn,
thought
Shauna,
the
man.
top bottle
I'm trying to.
pen.
Yeah, but speaking of Shauna, and I love that point that you made with, what's the difference? Because that was one of the moments in this episode. I'm like, damn, Shauna. Like, I don't even. I think it stood out because it made me realize, oh, you're not self-aware. You're not even aware that you're this type of person.
We've known that Shauna is the least self-aware person for 2 seasons.
Like, that
She
was a
just does
genuine.
not
That
win.
wasn't. Yeah, that wasn't a joke. That's some tongue in cheek shit. If it was me or you, that's some tongue in cheek, like, little sarcasm joke.
Mm-hmm.
Shauna was like, "What's the difference? Like, explain it to me, because I'm lost. Like, I don't understand what you're saying right now." Like, Maurice
Period.
picked up on that, just the same way he picked up on everything this episode.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, very manipulative by
For
Shauna on
sure.
some
For
on
sure.
some. I don't know what I'm gonna do without you. Like, hold on. Nah, my nigga, don't hit me with that, because I know it's bullshit. Like, we not even all the way back yet to what we
But
were.
does she know where she can't stay with Mia forever?
Yeah, but even if she means it, she's not saying it to Maurice in that way. She's saying it
Yeah.
like, I don't know what I'm gonna do without your presence. Like, what she
Mm-hmm.
really means is, I don't know what I'm gonna do without this help.
That part.
Like, can we figure something out? So I'm like, man, stop it, man. You sound crazy.
Yeah.
And even Maurice wanted her to pull up to the. I love how they call it the going away party. Um, and Shauna committed to the birthday party and was on some, I'll make it work. I'll make it happen later.
Shauna, who ain't got no car.
Shauna, who ain't got no car. Marie, it seemed. I was gonna say Marie seemed a little bit insecure. However, I pivoted, or I made a pivot,
Mm-hmm.
and said that he is unsure about Mia and where she lies with things,
Shauna.
because excuse me, Shawna, thank you, where she stands with everything because he made the comment about you sure you ain't got no record deal to sign and all this and blah blah blah. But I really think it comes down to or like what's important to you. You just told me you don't know what you're gonna do without me.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I rank in your life as far as importance goes? And I get it. I'm not telling you to stop your business. Um, this isn't a I'm a ball player loving basketball moment where you can figure something out. Like I know
Yeah.
I got curfew and shit. It's not one of those. It's more so just let me see if you're really down like you say you're down. And we talked about it in the previous episode where Shauna just looked a little too it was too easy for her to accept the fact that Maurice was going to jail. There was no
Yeah.
pushback, no let's try this, let's try that. It was like, okay, then cool. Like, I got you when you get out. I don't know, man. Shauna's just
And that's why Maurice told Stanley he ain't never delete that shit. He's
yeah.
fully she didn't show up for him, which foreboding. He's gonna get her ass back.
Of course he is.
Cause now I feel some kind of way. And even though I do think Stanley said some shit as to which why Maurice is the only one in jail. Um, but he's gonna make Shauna pay for that shit.
Of
Cause
course he
now
is.
I
As he
feel some
should.
kind of way. He might have been cool if she showed up to the house.
Yeah, that was a
But
personal
that was on some
invitation.
I'm testing you shit.
Yeah, and I think it was genuine. I think it was a genuine. I think that Maurice is hurt that it has to come to this.
Yeah.
I think he really wanted to, like, I want you to be the person that I think you are.
Mm-hmm.
And you're showing me that you're incapable of that.
Yeah.
And I think the big kicker is, and you got to be when you're chasing dreams, you got to be selfish. All right. We all get that. We all
Yeah.
understand that. To me, if I'm Maurice, to me, this looks like some internet bullshit that we talked about at the beginning of this episode.
As to which it is. And I got real life going on.
I got
Nigga,
real
you
life
could be
going
on
on.
the bus. Mm-hmm.
I need you. And you text me talking about some first, and this pisses me off, Rachel. This really pisses me off in real life. You hit me up talking about you on your way. Like, what
That part.
happened between you was on your way so
That
you
part.
can't make it, and I got some stuff going on, and at least give me the decency of knowing that you all over the internet right now. Like, at least be on somebody, yo, I gotta handle this situation. Just went viral, this shit going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But either way, I'm not trying to hear none of that shit from Maurice. Like, pull up, handle that shit later.
But that's still some dumbass shit because again, before you went live, you were already committed to coming here. You've created this storm, and yes, you have to deal with it, quote unquote. But you could talk to Francois while you're at my party. Like you could be on the phone while you're over here and not going live and on that fucking phone screaming. But yeah, bitch, you are not a tree. You can move like you're on your cell phone.
That's real. That's real. It's that
You can
classic.
still be here. That was
It's
more
the
important to me.
yeah. It's that, I don't like the fake. If you don't want to link, just say you don't want to link. We ain't gotta do the back and forth because everybody's probably been in a situation where, oh, man, I told this person I was gonna hang with him on Friday. Friday, and I got here. I don't feel like doing this shit. You come up with some bullshit, or if you're a real one, you just say, "Look, I ain't got it. Like I ain't got it in me. Like, can we
Mm-hmm.
reschedule? Catch you another day." And I like when Shauna hit him with the, "Can I see you in the morning?" That's that. That's that old. I don't really care, but I'm going to say this,
Yeah,
hoping. I really hope that you say, "Oh, I can't do it in the morning," and I'll be relieved of all of this shit. I just don't like that fake. I care. If you cared, you'd be here.
you would be here.
I'm
That's
not
why her
asking
ass
for
left
much.
on red.
Yeah, you're not signing no $1 million deal. It's not like I'm taking you away from like the moment of your lifetime. This is some viral online shit that people ain't gonna care about in a week.
That part. That
This is
part.
my real life. I'm going to jail, my nigga, for some shit that I helped you with.
Come on.
Not saying it's your fault, but come on now. Like, if you
Yeah.
got me like you say you got me, then get me.
Then get me. Support me, bitch. But
Oh shit, man. And Shauna, I guess speaking of the whole viral moment,
mm-hmm.
Shauna can't help herself. Like you said earlier in this episode, like that wasn't really
And not.
necessary.
It wasn't.
Um, and I get when people be on their shit, and she see Gats as a poser, and he's doing all this fake shit in this response. But um, I just put out a checkers application. I don't give a fuck about what Gat talking about.
That
I gotta
part.
figure this shit out. Like your focus should have been on what's going on with Red Bull, what's going on with Party, like what's up, how we moving and shaking. Because like I said, man, you're dodging people for bullshit. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're excusing real things in your life for bullshit.
For
And
bullshit.
we see by the time the end of the episode comes around, you're doing the same thing that Gat was doing at the beginning of the episode,
Yep.
talking about women empowerment, and this is what Lord AK would want to expose all of these. Also, don't forget about our new single, Bad Bitches Working. Like, what the fuck are we talking about
You see what money make a bitch do? Come on.
right
I'm trying to tell you. Shawna is ridiculous. All of that
now?
self-righteousness for what? Only
For
to
what?
turn around and the end and be doing the same exact shit that you claim to hate. Playing the industry games that you hate, you despise, you loathe this kind of behavior. And now look at you. Now instead of in a crack house cooking crack in an apron, now you at a construction site in a hard hat
Doing the same thing.
doing the same shit. And again, and I guess we're on the whole Shawna and Mia deal. Um, y'all took this deal with Francois. What did you get? What's the perk? This one track with Party? What's the
Right.
benefit? Because Shauna, to your point, and I think to our points last week, Red Bull is giving you something that most of these artists can only dream of. I'm giving you your masters. You got creative control. Cause I'm sure at Red Bull, you don't have to be in no fucking coochie cutters and a hard hat.
Mm-hmm.
They might not want you in that fucking mask, but
I get weak at
you
that mask every time.
still would have control, over what you put out. And you wouldn't have to be playing industry games, social
And
media
and
games.
that's and that's what it comes down to. And I think that Issa did this intentionally when she wrote this episode, because this has been a point of contention for so long. I think it's once another reference. I think of Jay-Z's 444. Y'all niggas still signing deals, still
Yeah.
after all they done stole for real. Like
Mm-hmm.
this is the new, like, if that quick buck that has so many stories about, oh yeah, this
Yeah.
advance, or we took the advance, and uh Rod Wave and Boosie got into it over some like, it's
Mm-hmm.
just these quick deals because I'm desperate, as you mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
They're not doing anything for you in the long run. When it's really about that slow grind, because when I
That part.
do, because Cassidy made a point when she was meeting with meeting, excuse me, let me back up. When she crashed a meeting um
Yes.
between Kirk and Alex,
Mm-hmm.
look at what we've done by ourselves.
Yeah.
Imagine what we can do with proper backing.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a matter of time before you get where you're going to go.
That
And
part.
I'd rather have all my money coming to me when it's all said and done versus like this little advance I got to pay back, because this is
That part.
it's not a check for a reason. It's an advance. Like this is an
Mm-hmm.
advance. You have to pay this back.
That part.
Um, it's a loan. It's a bad loan, pretty much. So these 360 deals and everything that everybody's signing,
Mm-hmm.
get rid of that. Get your masters. Get your creative control. Have your
Mm-hmm.
full partnership. Um, the long game is really the play. But once again, it's hard to say that when you broke and when you
When you
can't pay
broke.
for the moon bounce, when the bounce house and all that stuff. It's hard to turn down that quick money. And I think that's the parallel. Like, believe in your dreams long enough and this shit gonna pop. Y'all
Yeah.
are hustlers. Duke is a natural. Listen, here's what I
Kurt
love about
walked
having Duke.
in on Duke crashing that party or
You get,
meeting.
that's what I'm, and that's where we live in the age now where you can make money from your phone. You can make money
Yeah.
doing the most random things. You don't have to get a part-time job at Foot Locker just to
Mm-hmm.
make some extra ends. Like, you
Mm-hmm.
can do all of these things. Duke is a hustler, an entrepreneur. Duke
Yeah.
can set up a place. She can set up a couple little local shows. She
Mm-hmm.
got enough game. Like you said, she crashed this party, even though we didn't see it on camera. She got a deal done. The
That
biggest
part.
advance that Red Bull's ever given for new artists. And we saw Kirk, and I love how they did this. This is beautiful work by the show. We saw how hesitant Kirk was and his reservations. I don't know. Whatever Duke said between that to the getting the biggest advance ever, lets
Mm-hmm.
you know Duke ain't playing. I got y'all.
He's a pimp.
Straight up. Straight up. That's what it comes down to. So it's um I mean, that's a perfect segue into the whole Shawna Mia meeting with Duke. But before we get there, one thing I just want to say for the record, um, Francois, my dog. Let me tell you something real quick, man. You're gonna watch your motherfucking tone when you talking to me.
Come on. Come
Friends
on.
are friends or no friends, deal or no
Come
deal. You're gonna watch your tone. I don't care how much you dislike Chastity. You're not about to raise and turn up because that who are you talking to?
You know what that was too, though?
What's that?
Desperation. You've
Great
lost
pool.
Rain Rain.
It's great pool.
And I figured it out. I couldn't understand why Francois hated Chastity so much. He's jealous as fuck of Chastity.
Yeah.
She has a natural charisma. People gravitate towards her. And I think that he already knew that if she was really, really able to get her foot in the door and make some shit happen, she can make some shit happen in a way that he can't.
And think about this real quick, Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
And this is always how it works. When you start accusing people of certain things, you're really just talking about yourself.
You're telling on yourself.
You're saying that Chastity, you need real management, you need this and that, you need somebody that can make these deals. Well, Chastity's doing that. I'm the one that can't get shit done.
That part.
So that's what it really boils down to. Like, why are you so threatened by me? Like, it doesn't make any type of sense. And once again, the show's done a great job of character development. This is a part of you now. We know you really not we know you really an ain't shit person. In LA, you already withheld the food from us until we agreed to do whatever it is that you wanted us to do.
Come on.
Here you are threatening to hold this song, this hit, this single that you know is about to pop. Because we're not agreeing to do either drop Chastity or we're gonna pull this party single off. And Shawna like, nigga, you gonna hold that shit hostage? Can't fuck with people like that.
I can't fuck with you.
At what point do you say, you know what, this is one too many times? You ain't there's not gonna be a third. There's not gonna be a third time where you dangle some shit over. This is my livelihood, bro.
That part.
Like that's some low level, sick, demented, twisted shit. To hold somebody's life over their head, do this or that.
That part.
Like, nah, bro, we're not doing this. Matter of fact, when I see you, I might slap the dog shit out you.
As a person, you ain't my kind of nigga. So I can't for the life of me imagine being in such close business with you. There's no way. There's no way. Because what happens the next time something happens? So we made mention of it earlier. Duke ends up meeting with Gat, who we know now manages Rain Rain. You think that this isn't going to come back because now you've blown up with me and Shawna, or with Shawna and Mia. There's still unanswered questions about the truth of what really happened with you and Rain Rain. But either way, now we have Get, who has a battery in his back. And now we have Duke, who has a battery in her back and is justifiably angry and has to make some shit work because you've wronged me.
And
it you just ain't no fun when a rabbit got the gun. And Francois has had the gun. And unfortunately, even though I'm disappointed in Duke, because I don't want you to work with that nigga or that bitch, but you got to do what you got to do. And again, I still make this deal with Red Bull. I still did that. So I burned the bridge. I have to, more than before, I have to make something shake.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be worth it. It can't go. I can't go back to tricking out of Biscayne. Can't do it.
Y'all call y'all call me and put the pressure on me,
That part.
saying that if Mia said it, if we gonna turn down this party deal, then we need to see what's up with this Red Bull deal. And I made that shit happen. I crashed a meeting between the SVP and
Smart.
someone that I potentially saw a relationship, even whether it's romantically or not. There was some kind of business. There was something that was
Could be
blooming or
business.
blossoming between those two.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And you just made me think of something, Francois. When you mentioned that, what we don't know what happened between him and Raina Rain.
Mm-hmm.
So the same moment that you hyping Shawna off of for going that gat, it's probably going to be the same moment that gets your ass caught up. Because
Yep.
now Duke in the picture, there's going to be something that comes out about what happened between Francois and Ray Rain.
Yep.
And when it's your moment, how are you going to handle it? Is it going to be that
Yep.
same energy? Nah, because
Yep.
you're going to be the one on the other side. You're going to be the gat in this situation where everybody coming at you. Like, nah, you know what? I work with Francois. Francois, weirdo. Francois, I'll never forget, uh we was in New York and Francois threatened to not do this because if I didn't do this, like all them stories gonna start coming out the same way
Yep.
they start coming out about Gat. Like this
Yep.
shit, I'm telling you, man, they're gonna use that shit against you, especially when you the real enemy. Like
Mm-hmm.
Chastity, as salty as she is as Shawna and Mia, and upset as she is, I know this is all happened because of your ass,
Yep.
Francois, and I'm about to do everything in my power. The game is out there. It's either play it or get played.
For
I don't
sure.
want to do business this way, but since you want to do business this way, I'm gonna make it a very special project of mine to
Mm-hmm.
make sure I play your whole life because you playing in
Yeah.
my face. And if people in the industry didn't know me before, they're about to hear about the Duke now.
Mm-hmm.
They're about to hear about the Duke now. The scene of Shawna and Mia meeting with Chastity.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, real quick. I had a real quick question. It's a very quick question.
Okay.
Did Duke out Alex to Kirk? When she was talking about the audience, we know we have women and the gays. These are Duke's word, not mine. There's
Mm-hmm.
women and the gays. Shit, ask her. She one of them. And there was that awkward look. Like I don't know if Kirk knew that about Alex or just if it was just the idea of that's not something you bring up in a business setting like that. Why is that even a thing?
It's probably both.
Uh-huh.
And Alex is probably bi. She might not be a full blown lesbian. You know what I'm saying? She just
Yeah.
might like to play. And so, nigga, the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, like and if I'm like, how do you know? Like, what y'all been talking
Yeah.
about to where you even know that or feel comfortable enough bringing that up in front of her? But
Yeah.
that's also to show the grind that Duke has. Like, I am when I'm putting the
Mhm.
full course press on you, I'm throwing everything at it.
For sure.
So yeah, just that crossed my mind when I'm like, that was kind of interesting. Um, but we have Mia and Shauna meeting with Duke,
Mhm.
and they tell the news of we're gonna keep working with Francois. We appreciate
Yeah.
everything you've done. Thank you for your contributions, but your services are no longer needed.
Mhm.
What are your thoughts?
I'll never fuck with you again. I'll
Mm-hmm.
never fuck with you again. And I just thought about it. Um, I think I was being hard on Mia, as to which deservedly so. I think that had Lamont agreed to work with the Red Bull deal to work on being their producer, then she would have fought harder for Duke and for the Red Bull offer.
I, I think that there's something to be said about the opportunity being right there in your face, and you
Hmm.
know how hard you worked to get to this point. I don't. I. It's not even about I don't know when. It's I can't afford to wait
Hmm.
for when another opportunity is going to come around.
Hmm.
But it's also hard to look at some. Yeah, it's good for you, but damn, man, your moral compass is all fucked up. Like that's one of those things. Or me personally, this is just from my point of view. it's gonna be some sleepless nights, man. I'm gonna be really having. I'm gonna have some trouble looking at myself in the mirror, knowing I did my dog like that. And not
Mm-hmm.
just my dog. It's not like you. And I think that's even more impressive because it's not like somebody you grew up with that you feel like you owe. It's somebody that really put it on the line for you. Like just
For
Duke
sure.
made moves happen all over the place. Duke got y'all back stage. Lord, they came,
She
got y'all on
robbed
this
niggas so
tour,
you could eat.
rob niggas for you so you could eat. Make sure y'all had the IHOP. Make sure you had the nice hotel. Um, like you said, I ain't me choosing to manage you and go on the road with you means that I am my main source of income has been impacted
Mm-hmm.
because I maybe not directly, but because I managed y'all on tour, a body got dropped.
Yeah. Oh, it's direct as
'Cause
fuck.
yeah, I mean, for people out there, obviously they like it, point A to point B. There
Mm-hmm.
was a couple stops in the way, but absolutely, it's a very direct tie. And I love how Duke's not even a person that's gonna be on some like I did this, I did that, but she's gonna remind you that I've done a lot, but she
Mm-hmm.
ain't had to get in specifics because she knew it ain't no point.
They know.
And
Mhm.
y'all shady as fuck.
Shady as fuck. I'm
Ain't I'm sorry, real quick.
okay.
And the most hurtful thing, I think we touched on it. For this nigga,
That part.
cause he's played in your face every single opportunity he could.
And
He
y'all
once
trust him
again he
now?
dangled that carrot. He dangled that carrot in front of you, and you going with him. I can't believe that you going with him.
Crazy.
Anybody but man, everybody has that moment, man. Anybody but them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Silly as fuck. Silly as fuck. I'm so angry at them. That's how you know we need a season three because I need to see what happens. Like I need to see y'all pay. I believe in making niggas pay, and niggas is bitches too. You know.
Hey,
I'm
they the
so
biggest one.
fucking
Hey, the
sick
big Rachel, they're the biggest ones.
of
Niggas are the biggest bitches.
them. For sure.
um,
For sure. But
um,
I'm so disappointed in them. And again, and you made me think about it. At first, Mia was against them taking the Francois deal because she was riding with Chastity. So I will shoot her a little bill from that. And then again, once Lamont was like, no, good luck, she was like, fuck it. I don't want nothing to do with that. But still, what a
and even
fucked up situation.
even at the dinner, or excuse me, not the dinner, but even at that meet,
Hmm.
Mia, you could see it on Mia. Like this is maybe even a little bit of second thoughts. Like, damn, man, like Dude dropped that glory tier
Hmm.
that like y'all, I can't believe. I'm floored. I really can't believe if y'all had any idea what I've done for y'all behind
Hmm.
the scenes. There's no way you'd be coming to me with this.
No
Um,
way.
and it's just a hurtful thing to see because not only have I been down for y'all, but low key, my resume is tighter than Francois.
Francois.
Like
Yeah.
he's giving you some shiny gifts, but the day to day shit, that's all me. Like
Mm.
the reason you are where you are is because of me.
Yeah.
Francois wouldn't even be in the picture. Like when you was at the same stage, if it was like that, then why Francois wasn't fucking with you?
That part.
When Seducer Scheme came out,
That
why
part.
he ain't take all this from the ground and go? Or y'all ain't got no room for me. There's nothing for me to do. Nothing.
Crazy.
Francois a producer. He ain't even a manager.
Right. You already told me this nigga was trying to get me out the way. As to which I already know. And candidly, this is only a 30-minute show, but we're only privy to so much. But I have to believe that Duke told y'all some of the other shady shit that nigga was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have to believe that. So
And
just
you can pick up on that. You can pick up on that when that scene right after Francois told Shawna,
mm-hmm.
um, if you take that deal, then I'm pulling the record. Chastity on the other end is on some like, what the fuck? Like that nigga always been threatening me. You can
Yeah.
pick up on that anger, like she was reaching the end. I'm about to take care of this nigga myself because I'm sick
Yeah.
of you. Ain't nothing worse than somebody playing with your name.
Period.
And like, what is your beef with me, bro? Because I don't even know you. I'm just trying to look out for my artists. And you salty, you jealous. Like you said, if Raina would this still be going on if Raina Rain was still around? Probably not. I don't know, man. But we know he been ain't like, yeah, this is my new come up. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm disappointed that y'all don't see that. Y'all don't even see he using y'all.
That part.
Because as
That
soon
part.
as as soon as that next popping artist comes, you want a back burner.
Yep. And
Then
now
don't
what?
be coming to me talking about some Duke. We need your help. You good at this? Can you? Nah,
The door
man.
is
Fuck y'all.
closed.
Forever,
I'll never help y'all again.
never.
I
And
can
that's what
forgive
I.
you, quote unquote, but I'll never fuck with you like that again.
And that's one of the things that I'm most curious to see for season 3. It's gonna have to take a big event,
Mm-hmm.
something monumental, to for me to believe that Duke would ever work with them again.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that is. I'm sure most of this is gonna be centered around getting the look back, teaming
Mm-hmm.
up with Gat, really trying to besmirch their name. I'm sure we'll probably even see some of those moments where Mia and Shawna are going to get caught in the crossfire, and we might see Duke not wanting it to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
But if it means taking out Francois, then oh well, y'all can get it too.
Oh, I don't think she cares about them getting caught in the crossfires at this point.
You don't think she cares at this point?
Nah.
Yeah,
It's
that's
fuck
a
y'all.
good point.
Duke is a pimp by
Yeah,
nature.
that's a good point.
Even though she's not as hard as her uncle, but she ain't
I'll
for pussy.
still I'll still put on a ski mask, put my goals in, and come kicking indoors.
That part.
All 5'4" of me, however big Duke is or small she is, like I don't care. Heart of a lion, heart of a
Heart of the
lion.
lion.
And that's the reason why she's the Duke. Like that. That's why she can get this stuff done. That's why she's got y'all these connections. That's why
Yeah.
that's why I even had the opportunity to rob a nigga because I got cool with Guap when he was in Miami.
That
I'm
part.
making connections with these people who are somebodies,
That part.
um, and using these relationships to my advantage. So it was a sad ending to the season because I really wanted Duke to be in it with them. I'm very upset that, as you like to say, Rachel, these niggas always get what they want in regards to Francois, worst type of nigga, but still getting everything he wants by the time it's all
Uh-huh.
said and done,
Uh-huh.
like real life. And for us to have gone from the pilot episode to recording something last year in the vein of, the show might not be for us. This might be
Mhm.
for a different generation. I don't know if we necessarily want to talk about it. To 8 episodes down, anxiously awaiting
Yeah,
season 3 and what else this story has to tell. I just want to give kudos and credit to Rap Shit, to
for
Issa,
sure.
to the stars, to everybody, production directors, Kid Fury, everybody involved, because you have
Mhm.
really made good quality television show that we have bought into.
Yeah,
And
for
obviously,
sure.
everybody out there, if you're listening, you've bought into it as well. And the beautiful thing about TV and film is that over time, these people feel like your friends, right? Um, you want to check in on their life. This is our way of, even though we know what's going on, just like
Mhm.
real life. I know what's going on with this nigga. I'm still gonna check in and see the bullshit they gotta say. That's what rewatching shows like this does. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
all right, just catching up with some old friends.
Mhm.
So bravo to everybody over there at Max and Hooray Media for this incredible piece of work that I didn't see it going to this point when I watched
Yeah.
that pilot. I didn't see it getting here, and like I said, I'm ready for season 3. And then Rachel, I don't know if you have anything else to say, but
No,
as
I think you
always,
said it. I'm ready for season 3. We talked about it and you briefly touched on it. We did try to not even try. We did record an episode for season 1. I think episodes 1 and 2 on
for
a
last
combination
episode,
episode. Yeah, and it
that's
just
exactly what we did.
uh, we felt like we sounded too get off my
Get off.
lawny.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so we scrapped it and scrapped the idea. I'm glad that we continued watching the show though, because we
Yeah,
were both, I think, pleasantly surprised by what we got. And now here we are, a season later, recording weekly recaps and less than recaps, discussions um,
Discussions, yeah.
about the episodes. And just shout out to all the writers, all the directors, everybody producing, the actors, just for an amazing quality show. I hope and pray, fingers crossed, knock on wood, all of that, that Max knows what they have and that grant us a season three.
100%. That was very
I
well
need to
said,
see what
Rachel.
happens with these niggas.
Absolutely. Because we've, oddly enough, and I just thought about this in real time. Um, some of the shows that we've done on We Got Y'all have unfortunately been canceled.
Yeah. Salty.
Winning
Oh,
Time, Run the World. There's some
salty.
shows, and Your Honor was scheduled to end, so we're not gonna
Yeah.
count that. But just stuff that leaves us in the balance. Like if
Mhm.
you've listened to us and you've been down with us, you know how excited we were to see what was going to happen with Run the World and the
Mhm.
way they set up season 3 after season 2, and just the fact that we're not going to get that. So,
Crazy.
Max, please make sure you make the right decision.
For sure.
I'm always going to side on the team of Issa. I think Issa has enough pull, especially with that production company, or not production, Hooray, our production company, but with that distributor and Max, that we can get a season 3 and properly tell this story and end it and see it all the way through. But um, Rachel, I got to give you your credit and your shout out for what you're doing with the We Got Y'all television podcast, for being able to take a 30-minute show and we're getting an hour 20 minutes of conversation out of that content, just
Crazy.
because of we're relating to real life. um, it's we're still learning. We did a wrap up for the Culture Garden, and it dawned on me that this is really 2023 was really the first year that We
Mhm.
Got Y'all has been doing anything since we did the Insecure series. So
Yeah.
we're still learning. Not every series that comes out is worth necessarily discussing weekly. We're still learning which ones to talk about, which ones to just sit back and enjoy, and leave it on the Bird app.
Because I don't know
That
what's
type of
next,
stuff.
guys.
Yeah, and that's what I'm getting to. We don't know what's next. Obviously, we know we're gonna have some content. And I will say this: I know that we both discussed that we are gonna have some, just not necessarily an episode based around a show, but just see
Mhm.
what's going on in the TV world. Have some conversations around that, just to give some more content. But there will be some shows that we are going to discuss for 2024. Rachel, I am looking forward to that as always. Um,
Yeah.
cheers to you and another incredible year. Um, the motto for 2024, man. Foot on the gas.
Foot on the
Foot on the
gas.
gas. We out here making it work in all aspects of life. So for everybody out there listening, we appreciate y'all for rocking with us and for um, giving us this platform to relay our thoughts, and for being engaged with us and coming back week after week. Um, Means a lot, man. It's hard to put it into words, but it really means a lot. And we're excited for where we're headed.
For sure. For sure. I want to echo all of that. And first, thank you for all that you do. I said it again on our gratitude episode. I just come run my mouth. All the real work you do. So I'm just incredibly, incredibly grateful for that and for all that you do. And just, I enjoy recording with you every week, um, both there and here, and wherever else we will be together in the
Yeah,
future.
exactly. Possibilities are endless. Unlike Shawna, I appreciate the credit for the work, and the real work, as you say, but unlike Shawna, for y'all out there that don't know, man, Ray P my motherfucking dog. Like, whatever Rachel needs to succeed, I'm gonna do it. I ain't gotta be directly a part of it. I'm the nigga. I'm the friend that if you find that thousand, if you want to break me off with 50, that's cool. The fact that you thought about me is good, man.
For
I
sure.
I I really find my enjoyment out of making sure my dogs are good and making sure that everybody's in a position to succeed and really showcase their talents. And Rachel, you have a once in a lifetime talent that you get to be around, to be up close and personal to the gift that you have with your words and your conversation. I feel like it's my duty to do everything I can to get that out to the world. Like, it's not about me. It's more so about, I got to share this because you guys can't believe the person that I get in my life and that I get to have these conversations with. And I think everybody feels the same when they listen to you. So,
Aw,
we're going to
shout
ride
out
this
to
thing to the
all
wheels
of
fall
y'all.
off. Yeah,
For
shout out to
sure.
everybody, man.
For sure. I
So
love you so deep. I
I
love
love
y'all
you
deep
more.
too. And before we
Yeah.
sign off, I just want to say we've been working in the background on some things. So I will say, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, you can now email us at we
Mhm.
got y'all podcast at gmail.com. We will respond in a timely ish fashion. We do the best we can, okay? We all work, but we do want to hear from you. And then also, if you haven't seen, I have started the We Got Y'all pod on Instagram. So follow us over there. It's blank, but it's up.
It's up, man. It
So
says
we'll
under
be
construction.
uploading some videos and posts and whatnot from previous episodes. And I guess when the next show is announced, we'll announce it there too, you know. So follow us over there just so that you can be up to date and current on what we have coming for the We Got Y'all space.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited, Rachel. It won't be too long. Trust me. We'll, even if it's not a full episode, we'll make sure
Yeah,
we check
we'll
in with
have
y'all here
something for
soon. We'll have something for y'all. We appreciate y'all for everything. Rachel, with that being said, cheers to everybody for the new year. Write those goals down.
y'all. Hmm.
Get that house clean. Do that laundry. Um, Stay disciplined as we start this year.
For sure.
And think big, dream big. You know, no
Yeah.
goal is too small, man. Really shoot for it because that's what it's all about. So, with that being said, we love y'all. We appreciate you. Y'all be cool. How y'all be cool.
Peace out. Bye, y'all. Happy New Year.
Peace.